Hello everyone, this is LW Gaming and welcome back for another video of Langrisser. Yep, we are currently on the third week of the current major update for DOA 6 collaboration. And before we begin with the video, I gotta collect this real quick. Anyways, we got the hammer I needed, and also there's some stuff we need to talk about here. So, since it's already halfway from the current MU, we'll be expecting the upcoming MU is going to be huge, as far as I noticed. But first things first, let's talk about the new stuff that were added for this week. So the first one is, of course, Apex Battle. So basically, we now have Apex support, which is starting today, and this will run for I think 2 weeks at least. Let me see the exact time when this is over. This will be ending by the beginning of June. So let's see. This one is like, yeah, it's like a little more over 2 weeks actually, and it will end on the second weekend, not the weekend we're getting it. So that means we can get ourselves this at least like 2 times, and these ones will refresh every Monday. So that means you can claim these twice during the period, of course. And there's also the double gate of fate is active right now. So now instead of you get 9 per day for those like gate of fate chances, now you get 18 instead of 9. So this will run for a week. And some people got concerns about the duration of this thing, because some people wondering if the one that they set in main core server was an accurate time than the ones in game. Because in case you guys didn't notice, someone in the CN version, or say someone set the language as a CN game, or Chinese, I would say, shows a different time duration on that one. And it's a bit confusing, but ultimately we end up getting 1 week instead of 2 weeks, which is I don't know what's going on with that translation, but other than that, it's just kind of odd to me. Anyways, I'll never know the answer because I was not the one who sent the support. It's someone else. Because I never played this game in Chinese, that's for sure. I'm not doing that because I won't understand a thing if I set a language like that. I Honestly, I have no idea what that sound was. I just heard some kind of noise out there. Oh dear, I don't want that to distract me. So, anyways, moving on to the next step, which is the Mythical Realm Destiny Summon. This is a Destiny banner featuring Rosenseal, Tyrantile, and Solday. And I gotta say, even though this banner contains old units, this banner is actually peak, which is absolutely crazy if you think about it. Because Rosenseal, an excellent healer still, despite her disadvantages with like low mobility, but she's pretty good for most battles here in Apex, where she can heal you units after they're taking hits, and also prevents debuffs too. And then Tyrantile, decent tank. Isolde is a excellent firepower and also a revive disabler. So I gotta say, this banner is worth the grabs if you haven't got any of these three. So if you're missing one of them, I highly recommend you to pull for these three. Like one of the three if you are missing one of them at least. But if you miss all three, then you're going to be in luck because you're guaranteed to get someone that's new to your team. Also, Summon for Langrisser 4 and 5 will also be available starting today, all the way to the 4th of June. And we also have the radar banner featuring Nomi and Lightbringer. And this one, you can do an easy pass for this one. Although Lightbringer is good, but the thing is, you do not want to use her against Dragon Slayer, which obviously, if as long as you're not like you're not Holly, you should be okay. But if you're a Holly unit, then don't use her against Dragon Slayer. You're basically asking for her demise. And then the Sanctioned Passage event is live, so all the lost stages are open for 2 weeks, which is nice. Man, my throat is not having a good day, isn't it? I try my best not to make too much noise when I try to clear my throat. So anyway, just had to mute myself there, so you don't hear me doing that again. So anyways, let's look in the store. We got some new skins in the shop right now. These are the returning ones. There aren't any new ones here, so let's see which ones are there. So there's Julia, Live Genesis, Lana, there's Young Jessica, Aries, and Bozo. I think these are the skins that were like pick ones previously. They're now available in the shop again for you to grab. They look pretty nice, not gonna lie. And then we also have the limited time packs here. So this one is refill lunchbox. This is for your stamina refills for $2.99, and this is what you get here. So you got 3 training vouchers, one of those enchant gift packs for your gear, and which is a randomizer, of course. Bros Big Burger times 3. Well, I mean, randomizer for this thing is like you can choose wherever you want, which is like 5 for one use. So, yep. And also 300,000 gold. All this for $2.99. Good deal to get. We also, of course, since we got reissued skins, makes sense to rerun this. This is for your skin voucher needs, and I kind of lied on the part where I shouldn't be doing that when clearing my throat. My bad. So, anyways, this will be $19.99. If you need like this here, like it gives you extra skins, then yeah, by all means go for it. But if you're like budget restraint whatever, like if you're not gonna afford anything, like current economy has been like really on the downside at the moment. So if you're just a free to play player, you can just dismiss all these packs I'm gonna mention here. So, anyways, okay, moving on to the next part, which is the Brave Contenders Support Pack. This one is for your controller support, controller points, which I should say challenge points for like if you need additional ones, that is for 24.99. It is pretty steep, but you do get a good amount of stuff out here. So if you're not a spender, you don't need to buy this. But if you've been doing challenges a lot lately, this is totally optional. But if you really need those desperately, then yeah, you gotta reconsider if you want to get that or not, because that's not cheap. Just saying. And then we also have the Rainbow Treasure Box. This is a pack that gives you at least I think 20 training vouchers worth, and also 20 of those divine shards. All this for $29.99. Could be a little expensive, but you do get both in a good value. But other than that, if you already stacked up with lots of poles, then you don't need to get this. But if you need shards, then yeah, that's probably one way you need to get it from. Oh my goodness, what's with me and my throat, man? Okay, moving on. Swift Secret Battle Set. This one is like for your stamina needs and also to like speed through the PvE content. 10 burgers, 50 swift clearances, land, sea, and air salad. That's a kind of a strange name, but anyways, you get 8 of those, and also 3 of those warp permits for your PvE stage skips. All this for $5.99. It is pretty cheap. You can get this if you liked, and if you're like kind of lazy, like some people are, uh, work permit is going to help you out. So like if you feel like some battles are too difficult to clear or you just don't have time for it, I mean obviously you don't want to do that. But anyways, if you're stuck on certain stages in PVE, this is going to help you. So like if you use it, you get that cleared instantly, no efforts. And then there's also Dawncaster's Gift for $12.99. You get these as is shown here for your casting. And this is a good deal to get if you are kind of struggling of farming those things. But if you've been farming really well, you don't need this. Nightcaster's Gift, same thing can be said for this one, but this is for accessories. And that's about it. And also a reminder on the some items such as the Apex collectible coin. This will be here for another week. So yeah, if you need those Apex skins for yourself, please get them before it's gone, because once they're gone, so as these skins over here, like the gold skins at least. Or if you want to opt in for soldier skins, that will also be an option as well. And I think this is the Royal Protector and Elite Infantry. Kind of strange they both are sharing the skin though, but anyways, you do you, I guess. Okay, this is gonna take a while. There goes. So anyways, let's move on to the next part of the video, which is the banners reminder. And also, I'm gonna give you an in-depth view of like what banners are worth pulling and what banners you should probably avoid. So anyways, DOA 6 collab is gonna be here for 2 weeks, so you have plenty of time to pull for this. And do I recommend this banner? For collectors, yes. You need to get these characters for collect if you're a collector on your own, or if you're a fan of Dead or Alive 6, or if you're just a time faction player, such as Seer or whoever it is that likes time faction teams. They're worth the grabs for your collection, which is nice. And also if you want to miss on these, that's okay. But the thing is, you gotta be careful about your decision because once they're gone, they are really gone forever until they get rerun. But anyways, if you need these characters, I would highly recommend you get them, even though if you're not a collector at all. Neo Tengu and Marie Rose are both pretty good. But Neo Tengu, I would say, is like more like meta like. But there's always like scenarios where you could really play without her. But the thing is, Neo Tengu is so good out there. And as for Mythical Realm Destiny Summon, this is a most recommended banner to grab if you're missing any of these key units. But if you already got them all, you can just safely ignore this. But if you're missing one of them or more, I would highly recommend pull for this because these three heroes are pretty good in PvP. Like Isolde is still meta, Rosensteel is somewhat still meta, and Tarantel is still meta. The awesome summon for the equipments will be leaving by the end of this week. So do I recommend this one? Depend on if you need additional gear, but I most of the time you don't want to do this because it's usually a trap. So yeah, don't pull on this if you don't really need anything. The awesome summon for Langrisser 4 and 5 will be here for 2 weeks. So do I recommend this list here? This is a list of heroes on here. Landius could be a good candidate to have. So yeah, I'll say yes. Oh my goodness, why am I start coughing all of a sudden? McClain could work too, but with the current meta, he's kind of dead. It's just difficult to use him now. Shelfaniel, of course, because she is recommended for certain modes like goblins, for example. She's still viable there. Lanford, of course, because SP, vice versa. Let's see what else can we get from here. Let's see. Varash might be, but no, I never seen Varash in Apex anymore. So yeah, that's already a long time. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna be viable there. So my top two picks here are Lanford and Landius. Yep, Landius and Lanford. Those are the two recommended ones. So I would say yeah for those two. But for other ones like Shelfano, that's also a good option. So, but however, thankfully you don't really need to go all in on this one because this is a recurring banner. So you will see this return in the next month's major update. So no rush if you don't get them. For the mobile lineup for Awesome Summon 1 and 2, the most recommended is obviously Rosensteel is in here. Oh, not Emilia. Why am I selecting that for? Okay, Rosensteel, Akka as well. I've seen people use Akka in Apex. She is pretty decent despite being an OG unit. She's pretty good. Also, Clotaire, I've seen him out there too. Let's see what else. Zerda, of course, no brainer. Let's see, Epsilon maybe, but I don't see him that often anymore. Let's see what else. Helena is excellent for PvE, so yeah, this is a must pull. But Mew is also a nice thing to have. But speaking of Mew, we are still currently having Mew in our current calendar. But if you for some reason did not get Mew for a reason, the Mew is an excellent pick. But if you claim Mew already, you can just safely ignore this one. So I guess just like the other banner with like awesome summons, like those ones I label as awesome summons, like the like Langrisser 4 and 5, 1, 2, and 3, Mobile 1 and 2, and even Tensei. These ones will be rerunning each month. So No rush for this. Same can be said with Langrisser 1, 2, and 3, which I mentioned earlier. The banner lineup on this one is actually pretty nice. And also, since the new edition of SP Tiaras, she's now a must grab. So if you're missing her on your party, please get her. Or I mean, most of you already got her by now if you're just starting out the game and you chose Tiaras as your primary healer. She has excellent mobility and also excellent healing power. And it's best synergized with tanks, which is awesome. And also she could work with other units too, so not just tanks. Leon is also an excellent choice. Elwyn definitely is an excellent choice. Let's see. Actually, hold on. Jerome Leia is also on here, which many people said they are probably the worst ones. But anyways, choose whichever drives your heart. But mostly you want to bring someone like Tiaras if you don't have her yet. And this will be leaving by the end of this week. So if you need like characters like Tiaras or any heroes that you need, actually another thing I'm talking about like for the recommended, Diana is also a good grab despite lower mobility than Tiaras, but she does have something that can stand out, which is Act Again. Yep, that's one thing I forgot about that. So thankfully I remembered the next second. And this banner here, Nomi and Lightbringer, this one is an easy pass if you already got Lightbringer. But if you're missing Nomi, but I mean these two are good for PvE, but Lightbringer especially is good in PvP. Have I ever seen Nomi in Apex? I don't know. I don't think so because I never seen her in that setting. So, anyways, do I recommend for this banner? I would say it's really up to you, but the thing is, you don't really need this if you already got both of them, like me. But if you change your mind, you have 2 weeks to do so. And of course, finally, the banner featuring Tiana and Saintess of the Ark. Do I recommend this banner? The answer is yes, because Tiana is really good in PvP. And also PvE if you use her a lot, because she's pretty fun to use in PvE. Saintess of the Ark, I believe she got her casting, which is like probably a couple updates ago. I might be wrong, but anyways, or maybe it was not even live yet. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, just check my calendar. It appears that her casting is live just this update. Wow, I didn't notice that. Oh my goodness, my brain is not working sometimes. Okay, so anyway, Saintess of the Ark got casting in this update, so that means she's like a good grab if you don't have her already. So yeah, this banner is actually recommended. So yeah, if you're missing Tiana especially, pull for this. Otherwise, save it for the next MU, which features Serena, which is a meta unit for dark teams. Man, I'm gonna be pretty excited about that one because my dark team account is going to get a huge boost. Like I mean, as of lately with like the new heroes that got released in the game, my dark team account is like getting a lot of love here because of new units that I can play with. Like I'm not even exaggerating. There are actually a lot of new units now for dark team is pretty good and also pretty strong too. To the point where my dark team account might actually take part of Apex at some point in the future, of course. But for now, I'm just gonna let it bench for a while. As you can see, like the latest units, like the Rendell and Broken Wing Bird, man, these two really changed things a lot for that account because of how good they are in PvE and maybe even PvP in certain modes. Although I don't think I've ever done Apex for that account yet, but it's just an idea. So, anyways, I think that's about it for this video. So, hope y'all find this video helpful or informative, and I'll see y'all next time. And I gotta take it easy. My heart is racing like crazy. Anyways, I'll be right back. Anyways, see you all next time.